Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to learn some topics about waves and motion. First of all, let us start with a wave. What does a wave means? So a wave basically is an energy transfer from one point to another in an elastic medium. This is known as wave. Now let us start with periodic motion. The motion which repeats after a regular interval of time is called periodic motion, right? Periodic motion means the motion that is repeating in a regular interval of time is known as periodic motion. Now let us study oscillatory motion. So oscillatory motion is the periodic motion that is moving to and fro at a fixed point, from a fixed point, right, which is known as mean position or sometimes equilibrium position. So basically the periodic motion in which there is an existence of restoring force and in which the object or a body moves along the same path, to and fro path, about a definite point or about a fixed point, which is known as equilibrium or mean position, right, or we can say fixed point, is known as oscillatory motion. Now in case of oscillatory motion, in all the types of oscillatory motion, one thing is common, that each body which is performing oscillatory motion is subjected to a restoring force, or we can say reaction force, right? Restoring force that increases with increase in displacement from mean position. So restoring force of a body or an object increases with increase in displacement from mean position in all the types of oscillatory motion. Now let us see the types of oscillatory motion. Generally there are two types of oscillatory motion. First is linear oscillatory motion and then there are circular oscillatory motion, right? Or we can say linear oscillations or circular oscillations. Let us understand the linear motion or the linear oscillation and the circular oscillation from the examples. For example, oscillation of mass spring system is the example of linear oscillation, right? There is a linear displacement, that is why it is a linear oscillation type, right? Then oscillation of fluid column in a U-tube, in which vertical displacement is there, again it is a type of linear oscillation. Then oscillation of floating cylinder, then oscillation of body dropped in a tunnel along earth diameter, then oscillation of strings of musical instruments, right? So all these oscillations are performing, undergoing displacement which is of linear type, right? Linear displacement is there, either vertical or horizontal, right? So it comes under linear oscillations, right? Now next is circular oscillations. Now let us see what are the examples of circular oscillations. So first of all, oscillation of a simple pendulum is the most basic type of circular oscillation, right? Then oscillation of solid sphere in a cylinder, right? If solid sphere rolls without slipping, of course, right? Then oscillation of a circular ring suspended on a nail, right? Then oscillation of balance wheel of a clock, oscillation or rotation of the earth around the sun, right? All these motions are performing circular motion, that is why they are the examples of circular oscillation. These are the two types of oscillatory motion: linear oscillation and circular oscillation. Now let us see what does mechanical and non-mechanical system means, right? So what happens, oscillatory system is generally of two types. One is mechanical and another one is non-mechanical system. Now what does mechanical oscillatory system means? So in mechanical oscillatory system, body itself changes its position, right? Body itself changes its position. So the oscillatory motion in which the body changes its position on its own is known as mechanical oscillatory system, right? For mechanical oscillatory system, two things are specially responsible. One is inertia and second is restoring force, right? Of course, obviously both are related to each other. Okay. Then there is non-mechanical oscillatory system. Now, non-mechanical oscillatory system is the opposite of mechanical oscillatory system, in which body doesn't change its position on its own. Body doesn't change its position itself is known as non-mechanical oscillatory system, right? But its physical property varies periodically, okay? But its physical property varies periodically. For example, the characteristic feature of vibratory motion is its periodicity. So this is the main difference between mechanical and non-mechanical oscillatory system, that in non-mechanical oscillatory system, body doesn't change its position on its own, right? So let us see some examples of mechanical system, mechanical oscillatory system. So the examples that we have seen just before this slide are all the examples of mechanical system, right? For example, oscillation of a floating cylinder, rotation of earth around the sun, then the vibration of strings, then movement of atoms, right, or ions, right, then oscillation of a mass spring system, right, then oscillation of a fluid in a U-tube, right. So all these are the examples of mechanical oscillatory system. Now what is non-mechanical oscillatory system is, in which its physical property varies periodically. For example, electric current in an oscillatory circuit, right, it is an example of non-mechanical oscillatory system, right. For example, a lamp is heated and cooled periodically. So it is an example of non-mechanical oscillatory system, right? Then, for example, electric or magnetic waves propagating in a direction, right? Then that is also an example of non-mechanical oscillatory system, right? So these are the various mechanical and non-mechanical oscillatory system. Now, note that the characteristic feature of a vibratory motion is its periodicity, okay? So there is movement or displacement that is repeating itself over and over again. This is the main feature of a vibratory motion, okay? Now let us see types of wave. So there are two types of waves, longitudinal wave and transverse wave. The main difference between these two is, in longitudinal wave, the particles of the medium propagate parallel or vibrate parallel to the direction of the wave. While in case of transverse wave, right, the particles of the medium vibrates perpendicular to the wave direction. So this is the main example between these two, that depends upon the movement of the particle of the medium, right? So the longitudinal wave is the wave in which the particles of the medium, right, oscillates parallel to the direction of wave direction, while in transverse wave, the particles of the medium oscillates perpendicular to the direction of wave, right? Then depends upon the polarization. The difference is that in case of longitudinal wave, the polarization or alignment doesn't happen, right? In case of longitudinal wave, polarization or alignment is not there, but transverse wave, in transverse wave, the polarization or alignment certainly is possible, right? Then if we talk about the dimension, longitudinal wave acts in one dimension only, right, to and fro only, while in case of transverse wave, this wave acts in two dimensions. Okay, so depending upon the dimension, the difference is longitudinal wave acts in one dimension, while transverse wave acts in two dimensions. Then production medium. Longitudinal wave can take place in any medium, be it solid, liquid or gas. While if we talk about transverse wave, this production of this wave can take place in liquid and gas medium only, not in solids, okay? So depending upon the production medium, the difference between these two is longitudinal wave can take place in any medium, right? whether it is a solid medium, a liquid medium or gas medium, while transverse wave acts only in liquid and gas medium. Now constitution. Longitudinal wave is made up of compressions and rarefactions, while transverse wave is made up of crest and trough. Right? Longitudinal waves are made up of compressions and rarefactions, while transverse waves are made up of crest and trough. Okay, so this is the difference between longitudinal wave and transverse wave. So the basic thing that characterize these two waves is the motion of the particle. Right? If the motion of particle in a medium is parallel to the wave direction, then it is a longitudinal wave, and transverse wave are characterized by particle motion being perpendicular to the direction of wave. So that is all about longitudinal wave and transverse wave. Thank you.